be doing a tutorial for you. This is kind of a prom special event banquet type of look. So it's a little bit more dramatic, it's got a lot of glitter, and I think it will just look really good for all of these upcoming events that a lot of people have going on right now during this season. It's definitely prom season, that's for sure. Sephora has been crazy. So yes, I hope that you learn a little something from this video and maybe you can do your makeup at home instead of having to go out and face the crowds and get it done by somebody else. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe if you enjoyed the video or if you like any of my other videos. It really helps me out if you subscribe, so please do that. And also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is apply a lip balm. This one is the Nivea Lip Butter and Caramel Cream Kiss. It is super moisturizing, and it's really important to do this step if you're going to be wearing a lipstick. So I'm going to be cleansing the face with the Kat Von D Unlock It Makeup Remover Wipes. These I got from Sephora, and they have been working pretty well for me. And I like to do this every time I apply my makeup. So I'm going to be doing my eyes first today, and I'm going to be using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in shade NW20, and I'm using this as an eye primer actually first. So it's going to give it a nice canvas to stick to, and it's a creaseless technology, so it's really good to use for a primer. Next, I'm going to moisturize. I'm using the Dior Hydra Life Skin Perfect Pore Refining Perfecting Moisturizer. That's a mouthful. This is a really nice moisturizer. I have been using it, and I really have honestly noticed a difference in my skin, even just looking at it on camera right now. It is really perfecting it, I feel like. And my eye cream I'm using today is the Algenist Complete Eye Renewal Balm. These are definitely important steps before you start your makeup. Gotta take care of that skin first. So we're gonna start with the brows. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Brow Mousse. And I'm just combing those brows. This is going pretty quick. I do have a brow video where I actually use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. So this is actually a different product that I have started using since I've gotten it, and I really like it. So you can just kind of see quickly how I do that. It looks pretty scary when I do my brows first. It's like really intense. My face is super pale, so it looks like crazy dark when I do my brows first. So I apologize for that. But don't worry, it'll all end up looking normal in the end. For some reason, this brow, like, I always have a harder time with it. I don't know why. Alright, so after the brow mousse, I just take my Anastasia brow powder and I just kind of fill in where the mousse didn't do that job. So the mousse is kind of more for just defining the shape of the brows, and then I use the powder to actually go in and fill it in. I use the darkest powder towards the ends of the brows and the lighter powder towards the inner part of the brow. Alright, so we're going to be using some sticky tape. This is the easiest way to do a really cut look like this. first I put the piece of tape on my hand and then ripped it off just to kind of get that first layer of stickiness off so that it's a little bit gentler on that eye area. So when you stick this on, just make sure you don't have any gaps. Make sure it is completely flat on your eye so that you don't get any eyeshadow in places that you don't want it. So we're going to be using Makeup Geek shadows today, but honestly you can use any colors you want for this look. The first color I'm using is Beaches and Cream. This is a really light transition shade, and I'm using this just so that it is a lot easier for these this darker color to kind of blend out with the other colors. So I'm using that Beaches and Cream first, and then I'm going in with this slightly darker one called Peach Smoothie. And we're just going to focus that on the outer corners, but then blend it up into that crease. And you can be pretty messy with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. These are just transition shades, so you're really not going to notice. Alright, so the dramatic color we're using today is called Duchess. This color is so pretty. It's like a purpley blue, but when I put it on, it kind of looks a little bit more on that navy blue side, but it's not that dark. It really is truly a bluish purple, more of like a indigo type of color. And I just really like it. It's a really different color, and I love the way it looks with this gold pigment that we're going to use as well. So, but honestly, like I said, you can use any color you want for this look. So with this darker shade, I'm just using a smaller crease brush to kind of pack that color on that outer corner and then blend it out into the crease. Okay, the next thing we're using is a Makeup Geek pigment in Afterglow. This is such a beautiful pigment. It is super sparkly. It's gold, but it's not too yellowy gold, so I really love how it looks on my skin tone. It's not, some golds are just like way too gold, so I think this one is beautiful. So I'm using a flat shader brush to really pack this on. You want to press it into the lid to make sure that it doesn't get everywhere. It's still probably going to get on you, but trying to make as little of a mess as possible. And then I'm just using a fluffy crease brush to kind of blend that pigment and then the Duchess shade together in the middle of the lid. So the main thing here with this look is you just really don't want to have any harsh lines, pretty much as in any eye tutorial that I've done. I really never want to have harsh lines when I'm doing it. Usually we want to have it all blended out. So that's what I'm just working on here. It's kind of a little bit of repetition, so just be patient with it. And I just kind of keep packing on a little bit more pigment on right on the center of the lid just to make our eyes pop just a little bit more. So now I'm going in with Makeup Geek Shimma. This is just my go-to highlight shade for that brow bone. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my liner. This is my Tarte Amazonian Clay Gel Liner in black. And I'm leaving the tape on to do this at first just because it makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to worry so much about the wing and making a mess. So I'm just leaving that on for the moment. This gel liner is really awesome, especially working with pigment. Sometimes gel liners can turn out not so black on top of that really glittery shadow. But this one, it just glides right on and it's super black. I don't have to go over it 1,000 times to make it really, really nice and dark. So I really love this liner, and it stays put. Okay, so we're gonna take that tape off and see our beautiful straight line that we have there. And I'm going to go back in with my liner in just a minute after I clean up a little bit to just extend the wing just a little bit, because what I had there just wasn't quite dramatic enough for me. And just make sure, if you are doing this step, that you just stay along that line with the shadow so that you don't have liner going out in a different direction than the shadow. It might look a little weird. Okay, so on to face, and somehow I lost the footage of me actually applying my foundation, but the foundation I'm using is the YSL Touche Eclat foundation in shade B30. Sorry about that. So yes, I applied that with my beauty blender, and then I'm going back in with that MAC Pro Longwear concealer, and I am applying that under the eyes and in that T-zone area where I just want a little bit extra highlight. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my MAC Emphasize powder. This is a pro powder. You can only find it at the pro store or online, but it's just a highlighting under eye setting powder. And since my foundation is just a little bit light for me right now, I am setting my makeup with a bareMinerals powder that is just a little bit darker. So the shade is medium beige. So you can see that it's just adding a little bit more color into my my complexion. That's kind of how I just balance out foundation colors when I get darker. I'll use a darker powder and then the bronzer. And the bronzer that I'm using is, of course, my Hoola bronzer, and I'm just applying that all over the hairline and along the jawline, and then I'm going to go in with my smaller brush to contour. It's important when you're contouring to not put too much product in that area. Start out slow and build it up. I've made that mistake many times where you put just a little bit too much and it's all of a sudden like, oh, it looks muddy on your cheeks, so not a good thing. Okay, so my highlighter is, of course, my Laura Mercier Baked Radiant something, I can't remember what it's called. I'm sorry. The shade is called Highlight 01, I know that. And I'm just applying that in all the usual highlighting places. The blush that I'm going to be using today is the Smashbox Halo Longwear Blush, and the shade is called In Bloom. I really love these blushes. They stay on all day. They're a loose powder, so they're a little bit different, but I just love the way that they feel on the skin and the way that they blend out. They're amazing. Alright, so after putting on concealer and stuff, I kind of messed up my eyeliner, so I'm just going back in and fixing that to make sure it's nice and black on the wing there. I'm going to go in now with that pigment again called Afterglow, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner, the tear duct area, and then bring it down on that bottom lash line just a little bit. This, when you use a pigment in this area, it just makes your eyes stand out so much. I love the way that this looks, especially when you have something as glittery as a pigment in there. It's just beautiful. And then I'm going to be using a Urban Decay liner. If I can find the color. It is called Corrupt. This is a dark brown liner with just a little bit of shimmer in it, and I'm using that just to kind of define that bottom lash line. I'm just doing a little tiny bit on that outer corner and then smudging it out with a finger. so it's not so harsh. And I'm bringing it a little bit in that waterline as well. So now I'm using my L'Oreal Voluminous Extra Collagen something mascara. And I am going to be applying lashes, so I'm just making sure I coat all of my lashes, top and bottom. Okay, so I'm going to do my lipstick before the lashes just so you can see what it will look like without the lashes. The lipstick colors that I'm using today are Milani Nude Creme number 26. And then I'm going to go over top of that with the Maybelline Blushing Beige just to make it a little bit more nude. I didn't want it to be super nude, so that's why I put that Milani color on the bottom. And that is what it looks like without lashes, but boom, lashes, gorgeous, so much better. Okay, I'm using this Tarte body bronzer. I love this product, especially when you're wearing strapless dresses, strappy, anything, just to add a little bit of color into that neck and chest area. It's sparkly, it's waterproof, it stays on, well, not sparkly, it's shimmery. It's a nice healthy glow, and I just think it looks really nice. Alright, last step, we are going to go in with the clear brow gel, set those brows. Oh, and actually I forgot to film the part where I sprayed my setting spray. The one I used was the Kat Von D setting spray just to make sure that it lasts all night long and you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. Okay, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this look. It is finally finished. I think it's a beautiful look that can look great on anyone, and the technique can be used with any colors, so I think it's a really versatile look. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you enjoy my tutorials. It really helps me out. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.